Welcome to Talking Football on 1252 Sports Entertainment. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another week of Talking Football. We are back and better than hopefully last week, because last week, guys, I did not do good enough. Welcome and good morning. I am FatMike. With me, as always, is Angelo, Ace Camacho, and Tyler DaMouse from Tyler DaMouse Fantasy, and we are part of 1252 Sports Entertainment. And, guys, we got some big news for you. We still got stuff going on with the raffle. We still got tickets selling. We're going to start pushing this out live and hardcore, getting it really going here because we need you guys to buy up them tickets. Don't forget. Angelo, what's third place prize? What is it?
It's the perfect package 3.0 for your hairy women in Wisconsin or your hairy women in
Wisconsin. Your hairy ass women up in Wisconsin up there. Make sure you guys are buying your tickets. And make sure you guys, make sure your guys' balls are clean because that needs to be a thing. Okay, you don't want to go down there and look like you're going down on Sasquatch. Okay,
True.
So make sure you're all cleaned up. Make sure you're nice and going. And what's the second place prize, Angelo? What is that one?
That is a $100 Fanatics gift card, which I think, personally, I think that's the best prize because you can pick anything you want out of that, So you can get some slippers, some pajamas. If your grandpa needs, a robe, you can get him a cool Bears robe. I think it's I like that prize the most personally.
Right, and then first place is a really kick-ass prize, and that is can I give it away? Can I give it away?
Yeah.
All right. The first place prize is any jersey, any size, any sport that you guys want. So if you guys want it to, you guys can order your Alexander Ovechkin White Capitals jersey. You guys can order your 1995 Jordan jersey. You guys are 96, 97 Jordan jersey. You guys can do all of that stuff just by buying raffle tickets. These raffle tickets are $5 a pop or 5 tickets for $20. And that immediately, name on the back of the ticket, right in the bucket, and live on November 1st. We're thinking about extending it, but live on November 1st, we are going to have the drawing for that, and it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I'm really excited for that. And not only that, but we also have big news coming again today. We're back and live on YouTube. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe that? I actually finally figured that out. So make sure you guys that are out there sharing the link. Make sure all that's going good. Hopefully you guys can see us. Hopefully you guys can hear us. And, I'm pretty excited. So, Tyler, you see this guy still in this Packer shit. We could probably get rid of him here. Let's get rid of him. How do we get rid of him? I don't know how to. There we go. We'll just get – there we go. He's still in his Packer shit. This is much better. This feels familiar. This feels really familiar.
Yeah. I feel like we talk on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I feel like we talk on Wednesdays. All right, let's add this shit stain back to the group chat here. Here he is. And there he is.
Hey, Tyler.
Gracious. Yeah, see, I got that power, guys. I got that power. I run this board over here, and I can take you off if you're being a dickbag or not, so that's good. But you guys can't do it to me, so
I don't like having that kind of power, Mike.
I love this power.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, okay?
This is a good power. I like this power. It's good. It's fun. I can do whatever I want when I want to. I can get up and show all you guys my ass right now, and you guys can't take me off the screen, which would be good. But I want to start this off by saying really quick, fuck the New York Giants again. Fuck that team. I hate that goddamn team with the passion of 1,000 suns. I really do. Just our next flight somewhere. It's crashing to the fucking Smokies. I don't care.
God.
When you're going out over JFK, just plummet into the ocean or go, just do whatever. I fucking hate that team. The Giants suck, guys. Did you guys watch that piss poor Thursday night game? Angelo, what were your thoughts?
I didn't watch it. I watched like 2 snaps and I was like, yo, this is terrible.
You're lucky.
I turned it
You're
off.
Lucky. That team absolutely drives me nuts. I will never, ever bet that fucking team again. God,
that's what you said 2 weeks ago.
The other time.
And then you bet them anyways.
No, I know.
I think you secretly just love Daniel Jones. I think that's
what I do like Danny Dimes. You know what? I heard a pretty cool stat today. I was listening to the radio, and who the hell did he compare him to? They were talking. Daniel Jones was who the fuck did they compare him to? Oh, they compared him to Joey Harrington, and I could see that comparison. You guys remember Joey Harrington? He was a quarterback for the Detroit Lions. Took over that year when Michael Vick got hurt down there in Atlanta, and then he's the constant check down guy. That's pretty much how he made his career. Just checking down the ball, Oh, we lost. There he is.
My bad.
He was a constant check down guy, and it was like, man, it's like, God damn it, like I could totally see the comparison. It's.
Speaking of Danny Dimes, you see the faces he makes on the sideline, man. Eli Manning trained that dude perfectly. It's like the same dude on the sideline, same stupid ass looks every single time.
Yeah, Eli always looked confused. Every time you'd see him, he'd be like, "Oh, what?"
Good quarterback though, man. I have no hate for Eli. Eli was a good quarterback, man. I like him. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is Eli a Hall of Famer?
No, he'll get in the Hall of Fame.
I think he will.
He will because you don't beat Tom Brady in an undefeated season, and then you don't beat him again and not get in there. So he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Just based on the stats without the Super Bowls, he is not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
No,
he's
terrible.
going to get in just because of the Super Bowls.
Right.
No, I like
because Peyton will go and be like, "You guys have to put my brother in. You guys have to. My dad will be pissed.
Me and my forehead, what my little brother is."
Yeah, big ass forehead.
Things fucking huge. You can let a jumbo jet on that thing.
Always taking his helmet off, and there's that big red.
It was his other head trying to grow out of that head.
Yeah, that's
fucking guy is a crazy, ridiculous head. All right, so let's get into it. Angelo, you got last week's pick'ems.
Yeah.
What do we got going for the pick'ems, man? I did not do good. I'm still fucking dragging, but go ahead. What's going on?
So before last week, Tyler was in first place at 41, 22, and 1. I was at 38, 25, and 1. And you were at 34, 29, and 1. I had a pretty good week. I went 9 and 4, and you both went 7 and 6. So Tyler is still in first place by one game at 48, 28, and 1. I am in second place at 47, 29, and 1. And Mike, you're 41, 35, and 1.
Okay, I'm still in last.
Yeah.
God.
I feel like that's going to be a trend the rest of the year.
I got a trend for you. Go sit on a dick. That's a trend. How about that? There's your trend for the morning. Go sit on a dick. I wanted to say something else, but I just lost my train of thought there. So I'm still in last place, and you guys can suck my fat, hairy Polish ass because I don't care. All right? I'm making a comeback, and when I do come back, I'm going to be like, haha, I told you fuckers. I told you.
If you somehow manage to come back and win, I will feel like I let myself down.
Well, no,
because it does happen
not
quite often.
I went to go make nachos last night. I let myself down. I used a piece of actual American cheese just on some. I let myself down. It didn't turn out the way it was going to work. For more recipes, visit the FatMike. Yeah,
you should have did some shit and sent it to Gordon Ramsay. He'd have lost his shit.
No shit, right? Gordon Ramsay, dude, those videos are fucking hysterical.
They are. He is great.
Those things are fantastic. And also, not only that, but we also got some big news going up. The store, guys, the store is up and running right now, okay? You guys can go on there, order your FatMike shirt, order your Angelo Sport Court AC shirt, and then we'll get, Tyler stuff will be up there sooner rather than later. We're going to start making his shit up there. And we do have a logo, which is cool. That's pretty cool for Tyler that thanks to Mrs. Camacho, she made, which is cool.
I'll take all the credit.
He did do nothing.
It's pretty dope. It is pretty dope.
It's okay. It's got green and yellow, so it's not that good.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Packer guy, so I made me want to puke when I seen it, but whatever. To each his own, right?
I guess so, yeah.
The way you feel right now, Mike, is the way Tyler, I'm sure, felt last week about his Green Bay Packers. So why don't we?
Let's go over the recap.
Let's jump into some shitty Green Bay Packer football.
Holy man, last week was phenomenal. They got fucking smoked last week.
Nothing in life. Like I almost like the Packers losing as much as I like the Bears winning. And obviously, I always like the Bears winning more, but there's that little bit like even if the Bears lose, I'm like, I fucking hate the Packers so much that I want them to lose too.
Yep.
So it was a very good week last week because the Packers got destroyed and people up here, like I live up here, right? So the narrative in this area is, well, it was just one bad game, right? It was just one bad game, blah, blah, blah.
That's what it was.
Now, the Packers will bounce back this week because they're playing a terrible Houston Texans defense that can't stop anything. So Aaron Rodgers, again, will look like a phenomenal quarterback. And then when they finally play a team that has a good defense and a decent offense, then they struggle again, and this is what happens. It happens all the time, every week, every year. Aaron Rodgers is a major above average quarterback. He's a great quarterback when he plays any defense that isn't a top 8 defense, and then he's a superstar when he plays those other defenses, or then he's average when he plays any of those other defenses.
Agreed. They did a stat last week. Like, he's not that great. He's not. His record is terrible when not scoring first. Like, that's one of the things that I heard the other week. Like, his record is under 500 by a good amount when he does not score.
But here's the thing: they did score first twice. They scored a field goal, and we had that touchdown with the little bitch dance at the end of it.
That was awesome.
It might have been awesome, but then guess what? They lost, and they didn't score again after that. They let Aaron Rodgers do his key and peel slow thrust.
The one thing I'm super happy about is that the Bears, baby, right?
I believe.
Woo!
I believe the Bears are in second place in the NFC right now.
Bears are in first place right now.
Well, in the North, but they're second place overall in the NFC behind Seattle.
The worst 5-1 team of all time.
I'd rather be the worst 5-1 team than the best 0-6 team, baby.
Hey, you remember all the trash all the Bears fans talked about the Packers last year? Oh, that's a terrible 13-3 team.
And they made it to the NFC Championship game.
You remember?
I'll take the Bears making it to an NFC Championship game for sure.
Do you remember that time?
Big-ass schedule.
Do you remember that time? Do you remember that time that the Green Bay Packers got smoked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Hold on.
And then the Bears. Do you remember that time, like 2 weeks prior or a week prior, where the Bears beat that same Buccaneers team?
Hold on.
That was awesome.
Tyler had the nerve.
Numerous weapons.
Tyler had the nerve to say that the Bears have had a weak ass schedule. I believe was his quote, right? A weak ass schedule. The Packers played the Vikings, terrible team. The Lions, terrible team. The Falcons, a terrible team. The Saints, they almost lost to. And then the Buccaneers, they lost to. So I don't want to hear that the Bears played a terrible schedule because they played 3 of the same teams that the Packers played.
They have played a terrible. The Bears have played a terrible fucking schedule.
All you can do is play on your schedule, right? That's all you can do. And here's the glaring issue to me, right? In the Vikings game, the Packers allowed 34 points. In the Saints game, the Packers allowed 30 points. They lost to the Buccaneers 38-10. So there is the real glare. And then they played the Lions, who are terrible, and the Falcons, who at the time when they played were really terrible also. So to me, this defense of the Green Bay Packers I would not put them in the top 15. You can't. Right?
Passing defense they are, but they can't stop the run to save their fucking life.
I don't think they're that good in the pass either.
No, dude, they're a top 15 defense against the pass, but against the run, oh man, they can't stop fucking anybody. They can't stop with fucking soul.
Like I said, I'm just happy that the Bears are in first place, even though it's not a team that I firmly believe in. They are there sitting atop the NFC North, and that's okay. I mean, because this Bears team is in a lot better shape than what I thought they were going to be in. And that's no joke. That's going through the shit show that was Mitchell Trubisky over the first couple of weeks there. First 2 weeks, 2.5 games, I guess you would say. And then Nick Foles, I mean, I didn't think they would win any of those games. I didn't think they were going to win against the Bucs. I didn't think they were going to win against Carolina, and I didn't think they were going to win against the Colts. I have this team completely different record on my piece of paper that I jotted down before the year started.
Yeah, me too.
And this team is continuing to surprise me. And let's hold on. Let's save it. Let's hop in.
All right,
let's hop in
later.
Yeah, let's hop into our pick'ems. We'll go to the Bears game here because again, we have to save our Monday night game, our Bears game, for the end. We always save the Bears for the end. But all right, let's get into this quick rundown of last week. Titans beat the Texans 42-36 in what was a close game towards the end of the game, but the Texans still fall short. Ravens beat the Eagles, which was pretty much controlled by the Ravens the entire game. The Ravens won 30-28, and the Eagles came back in the last quarter and a half to make that a tighter game than what it actually was. Falcons put a drumming on the Minnesota. What's that? Go ahead.
So there was a backdoor cover at the end of the game to cover the spread.
All right. The Falcons put a drumming on the Minnesota Vikings. That fucking team couldn't. That team sucks. The Steelers put an ass trouncing on the Browns 38-7. Bengals were up 21-0 at one point in this game and lose the game 27-31. I feel bad for Mr. Joe Burrow, but sweet fucking Pete, man. How do you lose that game?
They were up 21-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah, unreal.
First quarter.
The Lions escape with a victory 34-16 in a battle of shit games and shit teams against the Jaguars. The Bears beat the Panthers 23-16. Good game, tough game, good fought win. The Giants beat the Washington Redskins. Fuck that team. I hate the Giants. The Broncos beat the Patriots in a game where no touchdown was scored. It was all field goals. This game with a fucking, kickers making their money in that game. Talk about a crazy game. And then in the next game after that, you have the Dolphins against the Jets, and the Dolphins blank the Jets 24-0. Ryan Fitzpatrick playing a hell of a game, getting Tua time towards the last series on the game, and now Tua is the starting quarterback going forward for the Miami Dolphins. And we just got done talking about it. The Buccaneers win by 28 points over the Green Bay Packers and that sorry defense that they got. The 49ers put a little beat down on the Los Angeles Rams this past weekend, winning 24-16. Chiefs took care of the Bills 26-17, and the Cardinals ass-trounced the Dallas Cowboys, which was a fun game to see because I hate the fucking Cowboys as well. Can't stand that team. That team sucks ass. Andy Dalton's a shit show. I hate them. I fucking hate the Cowboys. I have liked one Cowboy team, and that was the one with DeMarco Murray. That's the only team that I liked. Other than that,
Mike McCarthy.
Bro, DeMarco Murray made the rest of his career off of that one season. That one season
he only
where
had like
wild.
one season after that.
Well,
he had a couple.
He had like 3. His first year after he went to the Titans was pretty fucking fabulous. But yeah, his last 2 weren't good.
No. All right, so that wraps up.
Let me circle back around. Fuck Mike McCarthy's fat ass.
Yeah, I hate that fucking team. I hate the Cowboys. I hate them. But anyways, all right, so that wraps up week 6. Now we move on to week 7 pick'ems. Really quick, Angelo, what are our standings again? Go ahead.
All right, so we're going to do the pick'ems. So again, Mike, you're in last place, 41-35-1.
Yeah,
I'm in second place, 47-29-1, and
how's that
Tyler,
taste?
48-29 or 28-1.
Last place again.
First place how I've been every week of the year.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? Fuck you. We're out of here. Here we go. All right, we took him out of there. All right. No, now he's back. He's back. Fuck this guy. All right, we're back. Week 7, we're starting it off. And again, I took the Giants again, these motherfuckers to beat the Eagles. They lose this game. At one point, wasn't it 21-10 with like 4.5 minutes left to go?
Yeah, it was something crazy like that.
The Giants were winning 21-10 with like 4.5 minutes left to go, and they fucking butchered this game. Fuck this team, dude. I'm never taking – I'm fucking putting my foot in the ground now. I'm not betting on that fucking team to win ever again. Ever again.
Hey, Angelo, be on the lookout for another parlay from Mike next week with the Giants picked on it.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yep.
Because they'll be playing like another fucking shit squad of a team. All right, but anyways, here we go. Today at noon, starting off week 7, we got the Panthers in New Orleans. So the Carolina Panthers take on the New Orleans Saints at noon. Tyler, who are you taking in this game?
I'm taking Carolina, actually. So New Orleans, they're going to be missing Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. It's a division game. I think Carolina is going to keep it close, and I think they can get a last-second field goal or touchdown to win the game.
All right, and Angelo, who about yourself?
I got the Panthers also. Same reasons that Tyler said. No weapons. I know it's in the Superdome, but I don't think that's really going to matter. No fans. So I just think the Panthers are going to look to try to make a jump in that division.
All right, and I'm going to stick with the Saints in this game. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. But, Drew Brees just has that number, man. Drew Brees coming up, he's good quarterback. Obviously, we've seen that he can't throw the ball too deep anymore. But the guy's still a winner, man. And when he wins when it counts, that's for sure. Especially intra-division games. I'm going to take Drew Brees for this game, and I'm going to go with the Saints. And this game should be a clean sweep, guys. We got the Bills at the Jets. Obviously, who's voting for the Bills? Just raise your hand.
Man, Tyler, for a second I was like,
we're not even going to talk about the game. The Jets
what does he know? What does he know that I don't know about this Jets team?
We're not going to talk about that game. The Jets are fucking terrible. And if you live in New York, you're a garbage person. All right, just put it that way. Because I
actually,
New York.
I think we should start a GoFundMe page for New York football team.
Nope.
To just combine the Giants and the Jets, and then whatever's left
still
over.
Be 0-5.
Right. But that's why we're going to start a GoFundMe so that they could have money to try to go out and get new players.
God,
they're terrible.
Honestly, they just need to crash into the mountains, and then they could just take players from other teams.
Mike's views about New York do not cover the rest of our views about New York.
No, fuck it. Yeah, I do. You're right. That's fine. You guys like New York? Whatever. Cool.
I do. I've been to New York. I really like it. It's really nice.
Fuck it. Don't care. I imagine New York is just one gigantic landfill. That's how I picture New York. Just garbage people, homeless people just scratching and scathing around, eating shit out of trash cans, dirty diapers everywhere.
At FatMike Chicago on Twitter.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck New York. At FatMike,
go at him, New York. Let him know.
Yeah, New York can eat my ass. All right. Next game, we got the Browns going on to Cincinnati. Ooh, it's going to be – this is a tough one. All right, Angelo, I'm going to start with you on this one, man. Who are you taking in this one?
So I don't really feel good either way. Didn't these teams played each other earlier in the year and Cleveland won? I think I'm going to take Cincy just because I think Joe Burrow is going to have a little bit of revenge on his mind. So I'm going to take Cincy.
All right, Tyler, how about yourself?
I got Cleveland. I don't think their offensive line is going to be able to stop Myles Garrett from getting in the backfield. Kareem Hunt's going to be able to run all over that defense, and I think that's a recipe for success.
All right, and I'm actually kind of hopping on the Angelo Ace Camacho train here. I'm taking Cincinnati as well, and the only reason I think so is because Joe Burrow is starting to finally heat up a little bit. He looks real good he's looked real good against the last couple of defenses. The guy's pretty. Listen, man, I like this kid. The kid's, seriously, like kicking ass. Like I really do. I like this dude. The guy's a fucking cannon for an arm. The one thing I will say about Joe Burrow is this, though, guys. He cannot keep taking the abuse that he's taking if he wants to have a prolonged professional career. I've watched like these little ramp up games, like at the end on Sunday Ticket, Ty, Angelo, you too. Like they condense the games to like a half an hour, okay, or 40 minutes. They condense them into like 1 hour. And this dude, he's getting fucking tattooed, man.
Oh, they're beating the piss out of him.
And as far as AJ Green goes, man, he's completely useless. Although he did bounce back a little bit last week.
Yeah, he has been 90 plus yards last week.
Yeah, but at this point, let's go to our fantasy guy here, Ty. Would it be a safe call to drop AJ Green at this point?
I dropped AJ Green 2 weeks ago, and it sucks. I hate it, but I dropped him 2 weeks ago in numerous leagues.
Just wanted to make sure. At this point in time, who's the better play, T. Higgins or AJ Green?
Oh,
T. Higgins until AJ Green shows otherwise.
All right, cool.
I think AJ Green is he's hit that point, and it's only going to go downhill from here.
It's so sad because he hasn't been able to. He's barely played the 2 years prior to this.
Right, he looked good.
It's just so upsetting.
Right,
it's a massive fall from grace.
His injuries really took a toll on the last part of his career for sure.
Yeah, honestly, it's good.
Honestly, I'm hoping the Packers go make a move for him. Offer a 5th-round pick, bring in AJ Green. Maybe he's still got something left in the tank. We need somebody out there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, you can't expect him to play like AJ Green of old, but for a 5th-round pick, I'd take a flyer on him, let him get healthy for a couple weeks, and then maybe bring him back if if the Packers make a playoff push.
The thing that scares me about this Cincinnati Bengals team is AJ Green. He hasn't been healthy in the last 3-4 seasons. He's always been that guy that's been questionable. Right now, I like what they got. They got Tyler Boyd. They got that kid out there, that T. Higgins, who I think is going to be an absolute fucking beast when push comes to shove and this team actually gets some O-line protection. They still need a tight end. They had Tyler Eifert, who was another guy that was completely injury prone. The guy's brains were scrambled. Every last 3 seasons, the guy's brains were pretty much scrambled in his head. The guy could never stay healthy. But this team is going to be a good team. Joe Mixon is out today from what I'm hearing. Giovanni Bernard would be a hot play today. He's going to be the guy that's catching the ball out of the backfield. Tyler, if I'm stealing any of your thunder, I apologize. But I mean, I know I picked him up in a league just because I got a banged up backfield, and I picked him up for like $3 or something like that. So it ended up working out pretty good. But that being said, I am taking Cincinnati this week over Cleveland. Cleveland didn't show me much last week. Granted, though, it was against the best defense in all of football. The Pittsburgh Steelers really put the hammer down on Cleveland last week. But I don't know, for some reason.
Baker Mayfield is trash, period. Through the same amount of games. Hold on. Through the same amount of games.
LeBron James. LeBron James is trash, too.
Well, everything. But listen. Sucks. Through the same amount of games, Mitch Trubisky's stats are better than Baker Mayfield's stats. Let that sink in. Go look. Compare the players. I don't like Mitch, but if he's better than Baker, you have a problem. Baker Mayfield has all the weapons. Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, a good running game, solid defense. How does this team not win? Because Baker turns the ball over. That's how they don't win. If they don't make the playoffs, don't be surprised if they move on from Baker Mayfield.
They're not moving on from Baker.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
This is the difference. The difference between Baker Mayfield and Mitch Trubisky is the actual mind for the game. Yeah, does Baker Mayfield turn the ball over? Yes, he does. I'm not going to lie. He definitely does, Angelo. All right, but the thing is this, man. At least he's fucking accurate. All right, Mr. Trubisky, he is, dude. Look at the accuracy. Like, if you can sit there and watch a Browns game and then watch a Bears game with Trubisky, and who's the better quarterback.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Cutler was accurate too, but he threw the ball to the other team. So what's the difference? So you're not that accurate if you're throwing the ball to the other team.
Brett Favre has the most interceptions of all time, and he's fucking my favorite quarterback.
I know. Maybe that's why you like Baker, because they're kind of similar.
No,
they're not the same. They're not.
Brett Favre's
they have a similar style of play.
Aaron
Jones.
Yeah,
Aaron Jones is out. Pick up Jamal Williams. I didn't know
how
much longer you guys were going to keep on rambling.
Aaron Jones out. Aaron Jones is out. For those of you guys, what's he down with, Ty?
He's got a calf strain. So he said he can play, but the Packers are always very cautious with their players. He traveled with the team today with the intention to play, but the Packers are, like I said, are always very cautious with their players, which is why Devontae Adams missed a couple games earlier this year with his hamstring strain. So
they should be able to beat the Texans without him.
Yeah, they should be able to. We're still in week 7 here, guys. We're a couple games before. Let's go. Well, so okay, we got me and Angelo for Cincinnati and Tyler for the Browns. We got another piss poor game today. I'm actually going to kind of watch this game. I think I got some money riding on this game. Excuse me, sorry about that. I had to cough up some lung butter since I'm a smoker out there, guys. I got the lung butter just filling. I had a great cigar last night, man. I had a great cigar, nice little Cohiba. It was good. Anyways, back to this shit show game of the week, which is, I think, the shit show game of the week is Cowboys and Washington. And this game's going to be crazy, man. I'm taking Washington in this game. And yeah, I mean, I have to. I really am. I am definitely taking Washington in this game. Tyler, how about yourself?
All right, so this one's a pick 'em, man. I have no clue where to go. Right now, the line has Washington favored by 1 point. I think it opened up with Dallas being 2.5 point favorites, and the line is adjusted to Washington. I don't like it, but I think I'm still going to go with the Cowboys.
All right, and Angelo, how about yourself, man?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I don't know how I could pick the Cowboys after how terrible they looked last week. But in the same breath, this Washington team is just as bad. I'm going to go Washington. I'm just going to say that Chico gets this team ready to go. I think the Cowboys, they need to just – I think they need to look to the future. I think they need to just lose, hope to either get top 5 pick and really get some defensive help, because this team's defense, it's always been suspect for the last few years, but it's really bad right now.
The Cowboys as a whole, man, I mean, this is another one of them teams that you know what, though? They've been surpassed, though, on my hate column by the New York Giants, and that's legit. I am not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not going to say that I hate them, but I am not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. They, like I said, they have been surpassed by the Giants of New York and the Jets of New York and every other thing in New York.
There's a part of me that kind of hopes they get like the first pick or the second pick, and they want
Cowboys.
And they want to take Trevor Lawrence, and then Dak is a free agent, and the Bears can swoop in and pick up Dak, and then he can ride off into the sunset, bringing the Bears to a Super Bowl. So
can you imagine that roster? Can you imagine that roster with Trevor Lawrence, Michael Gallup?
Bro, I think that kid's gonna be
Amari Cooper, Ezekiel. They still have the fucking Christ, man. They have so many offensive weapons. I can't stand them. I don't know. It is what it is. All right, the next game, we got the Packers against the Texans in Houston. So Packers, Texans. We'll start off with this ass wipe. Here we go, Mr. Green Bay.
Green Bay. No,
he's taking Green Bay. Angelo, how about yourself? Who are you taking?
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I will never pick the Packers. I'm taking the Texans.
All right, and I'm going to go with the Packers in this game as I see Aaron Rodgers coming back to rebound. The Houston Texans defense couldn't stop a cold right now, especially in the secondary. I think Aaron Rodgers goes out there and throws all over this fucking defense, and that's where I'm standing. I mean, I'm sticking with that. Yeah. All right, next game, Lions-Falcons, another game of garbage. The Detroit Lions go down to Atlanta and play the Falcons. I'm going to take Atlanta in this one. Julio Jones ruled healthy this week, so he sat out a couple practices this week, but they've been doing that with him as of recently. He's been sitting out for practices because he's an old man and he knows he knows how to catch the ball. So I mean, he's good. Tyler, who are you taking?
I got Detroit. I don't think Detroit is as bad as people think they are. Their offense is pretty solid. Matt Stafford's been picking it up the last couple of weeks, and I think they could pull out a late one this week against that terrible defense.
Everything's so fucking dusty in here. Jesus. I don't know what's going on. Angelo, you take it
over here. Dude, this is a hard game for me to pick too. They looked really good last week. I'm gonna pick Detroit just to go with my my picks in another situation.
Gross. All right. So you guys are both taking Detroit?
Yep.
Gross. Okay. All right. After that, we got the Steelers Titans. I am super pumped up for this game. This is a noon game today. This is the game that everybody's going to be watching, I'm sure. I'm gonna let you guys go first on this one. Angelo, who are you taking?
I don't know. Come back to me. I always pick first. I don't want to be first.
No, you gotta pick.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I want to hear Tyler first. I always pick first. I just don't know who to pick.
Stop your bitching and moaning.
Yes. That's who I pick.
Yes.
I'll go first if you really want me to go first.
Yes.
All right, Tyler, go ahead.
Thank you.
Are you going to let me talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody say something.
I got Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is the most well-rounded team in the league. That defense is fucking phenomenal. I don't believe they've allowed a 100-yard rusher to date this year. I think they shut down Derrick Henry, and if Tennessee has any chance to beat them, I think they're going to make Tannehill throw it to beat them.
Angelo.
All right. So the reason it was taking me so long is because I had I couldn't remember who I picked in another situation, so I was trying to get my phone to load up. I didn't want to pick against my pick, so I'm going to pick Pittsburgh also. I think the defense is really good. I don't think Tannehill is as good through the air as they are running the ball, and I think that Mike Tomlin's going to just swallow up Derrick Henry and force Tannehill to beat him, and I think that team's just going to hold its own. It'll be a close game, but I think the Steelers will pull it out at the end.
All right, I'm going to go the opposite way on this one, guys. I'm going to take Tennessee in this one, and only because of the fact Derrick Henry. That's the reason I'm taking him. Derrick Henry, yes, okay. We know how good that Pittsburgh defense is, right? We all know how we've seen it. They've been eating fucking offenses alive. They have been stopping the run, stuffing the run all year so far. Derrick Henry's a different monster. All right, Tyler, I mean, I know that you've been on board with this for the past couple of weeks. You know, you've said this guy always proves you wrong, and I'm not going against that because this guy's a fucking beast, man. Derrick Henry eats defenses and shits them out. Like, he's just fucking – I mean, look at the size of that guy. All right, he is going to be the biggest player on the field besides offensive lineman and D lineman. And let me tell you, man, he gets past that. If he gets past an offensive line, it's very hard to take that fucking dude down. All right, and that's one thing that Mike Vrabel has done a great job of this year and of last year, ever since this guy's been a head coach, okay? He knows how to work the clock, and it's Derrick Henry. The clock's name is Derrick Henry. You give that guy the ball, he does not fucking fumble. The guy's just an absolute stud. I'm taking Tennessee Titans winning by 3 points in this game. It's going to be a very close, maybe 3 and under in this game. It's going to be a very close game. I said this game at the end of the score is 24-21 Titans. I'm taking the Titans. So there we go. I'm branching off away from you guys. We got the Bucks Raiders, the COVID battle today. Bucks going on out to Las Vegas, and it's going to be a good game. So, Tyler, who are you taking?
Tampa Bay, like I was talking to you guys before we started the show, Vegas' whole offensive line has been on the COVID list all week. They are back today. They haven't practiced, though. And against that Buccaneers defense, I think they fucking plow right through that line. And Derek Carr's going to have a long, rough day today.
All right, and Angelo, how about yourself?
So every time I think that the Raiders are going to have a bad game, it's usually Derek Carr's coming out party. I know that this Tampa Bay team is good. I just think John Gruden is going to have some tricks up his sleeve. I have the Raiders.
All right, and I am going to go the opposite way again on this one. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I like the Raiders in this game. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they beat KC and they looked really good. I know that there was some shit going on in the middle of the week where they all had to take their offensive line and put them on COVID protocol. That's why I made a joke at it, like COVID bowl type of deal. But the old linemen are back for Oakland. Josh Jacobs still a smart play. I would still play him in fantasy this week. I know a lot of people were kind of thinking about not playing him this week, but Josh Jacobs is a must start in my opinion. He's a top 10 running back for those reasons. But I'm gonna take the Raiders in this game. I'm gonna roll with the Raiders. The Raiders. All right. After that game, we got the Chiefs Broncos. Real quick, show of hands, guys. Who's taking the Chiefs? All right, so we're not even gonna talk about that game. We don't care about any of these teams. They're that good. The Broncos, listen, they won a fucking game last week just by kicking field goals. The Chiefs are going to destroy this fucking team this week. That's all it needs to be said.
Yeah.
The next game, this game's weird, man. I don't know. Okay, really quick, what do you guys think of this Chargers team? All right, I'm going to start this off. Tyler, you start this off, man. I don't know what to think about this team. I like Herbert, but they can't. This fucking team can't win. Tyler, what's going on with this team?
Yeah, it's the same story it's been for the past 5 years, man. They have so much talent, but it's just injuries, and they cannot string together wins. I don't know what it is. They have so much talent on both sides of the ball. They just can't put it all together. I don't understand it.
I don't get it, man. Angelo, what do you think is going on with this team? I don't understand this fucking team.
Well, they've always struggled to stay healthy in certain areas. It always seems like Keenan Allen is hurt for 3-4 weeks a year. without Austin Eckler, that also is a kind of a blow. I really like this team. I think in the next year or two, they're going to be good. I love Justin Herbert. I think he's going to be up there with the top quarterbacks in the next couple of years. I don't know if the coach that they have is the coach that they'll have when they're good. I like Anthony Lynn. I just don't know if he's going to be the guy that can lead them to where they need to go.
Yeah, this team frustrates me, man. I don't know who to take in this game. I'm going to take the Chargers just because I think quarterback play is a huge thing, clock control. But their running game is off-putting right now. They shopped out Melvin Gordon. Austin Eckler's banged up, so you got a kind of like a two-headed back there with two guys that I'm not even too sure of, to be honest with you. It's going to be a funny game, but I am taking San Diego or whatever the fuck they want to call them this year. San Diego, Los Angeles. Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not fixing myself. The San Diego Chargers will win this game. All right. I'm not, you know what? No, I'm not doing this anymore. Oakland Raiders, San Diego Chargers, and the New York Giants are still a fucking garbage fire. All right. All right. Plain and simple. All right. But I'm taking the Chargers in this game. And go ahead, guys. Who are you guys taking?
I don't think anybody should ever pick the Jacksonville Jaguars, so I'm going to pick the Chargers.
I'm picking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, I'm going to pick the Chargers. All
right.
I also have the Chargers. Let me guys ask you a question here. So I heard this on ESPN 1000 during the week. I thought it was a fantastic question.
Who said it?
Yeah, who said it?
I forgot what show it was on. I think it was Carmen and Yurko.
Okay, both good guys, good buddies of mine. What did they say?
So they were asking the question, who would you rather have? Justin Herbert, after you've already seen him play a couple games in the NFL, or Trevor Lawrence without having any NFL experience right now? Who would you take?
I would take Justin Herbert just because I've seen him play in the NFL. I've seen him play against NFL defenses. You can kind of see what he's good at already. So I would take him.
Well, what's the question? Is it right now? Who are you taking right now as it sits? Like right now?
Yeah, right now to lead your team.
Oh yeah, then fuck yeah. I'm riding with Justin Herbert as well. Only because he showed very good mechanics. I like what he's done. He was up there out of Oregon. I like what he did up there in Oregon. I watched him play a few times last year against USC. He had a nice game against them. I mean, he's tall, he's mobile, he can move, and he's got a fucking cannon. He just needs to meet, and it seems that he goes through his progressions very well. But that being said, you have your quarterback now for the next if he sucks 2 to 3 years. Okay, you still have Justin Herbert. You can start building an offensive line in front of him. I'm looking long picture because that's what I think the Bears should be doing anyways. But that's just me. Yeah. How about you, Ty? Who'd you take?
I'm in the same boat as you guys. After already seeing Herbert play a couple games in the NFL with no preseason action, how poised he looks back there.
Right.
And he looks legit already.
He's got some weapons. Go ahead, Angelo.
The injury to Tyrod Taylor is unfortunate the way it happened, but clearly he has more upside, and the potential for this team with him as quarterback is
puncturing lungs and shit.
Right. But with him as quarterback, this team's ceiling is a lot higher than it would be with Tyrod Taylor.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I don't think they're a playoff team either way because that division is just so tough.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, man. What you've seen of this kid right now is, like I said, the kid looks poised. He looks fucking great.
Yeah.
He needs more weapons, though.
Yeah.
All right, Keenan Allen's a stud. I always Hunter Henry. That's the tight end.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he still has plenty of room to get better too. That kid. They need to figure out the running game. Eckler's been banged up. Granted, it's the first time he's been banged up in his career thus far, but still not good. It's his first full year as a full-time starter.
I think they need to improve their offensive line. It's not terrible, but they definitely need to add
to it. Being hurt too, that fucking hurts that team.
Yes, 100%.
Bosa is a huge threat off that end. I mean, they are
Derwin James.
Derwin James. You're talking about a team right now. I'm not even sure their record, but their record could be a lot better than what it shows right now because they're missing some really.
Well, their two top defensive players are gone.
Right, they're gone.
Right. That'd be like the Bears losing Khalil Mack
and Alex,
right?
Kyle Fuller, Kyle Fuller, Eddie Jackson.
I mean, right? That team would be done.
You saw what just Akeem Hicks did being
Right.
out last year to
Right.
that Bears defense. I mean, granted they were still good, but they weren't as good as what they could have been.
No, right.
But yeah, no, I agree, man. That's a good question, man. I'll have to tweet Carmen. I'll have to give him a call here and tell him like, hey, man, good question last week. All right, so we're all on board with the Chargers. Nobody's taking the Jaguars. We got another good game here at 325. I really like this game. These next 3 games are going to be the sweet spot for me. I like the afternoon games today. 49ers Patriots, guys. Tyler and Angelo, you go ahead and lead this off. I got to put my dogs in dog jail. I'm expecting company. So,
so I believe I picked. Hold on, I got to get my thing. I believe I picked the 4. Oh no, I was smart. I stayed away from this game. I think the Patriots are going to win. I think they have to have a bounce back game. They did not look good last week. I think Bill Belichick hates to be embarrassed and look poor, especially against teams that they should beat. I think they're going to have a solid game plan. I think they're going to come out, and Cam has to outplay Jimmy Garoppolo. If he doesn't, New England is going to go fucking crazy.
All right, so I also have New England in this game. If you guys listening, stick around towards the end of the show. I have a fantastic Cam Newton bet I'll be giving out, but I think Cam runs all over this defense. This defense allows the most rushing yards to quarterback in the league, but they also allow the least amount of passing yards per game.
Right.
So I think that it's just setting up for the perfect game script for Cam Newton to just run right all over this defense.
Yeah, and that's what the Patriots need to do more of, I think, is I know Cam's been beat up a lot, but the ability for him to get out in such a weapon, especially for this team that doesn't have a whole lot on offense. They have some guys, but nobody that you're like, oh, that's a superstar. You know what I mean? And to take pressure off the offensive line, it's the same thing like with the Bears with Mitch. I always felt that the Bears used him wrong, that they should have worked on trying to move the pocket, get him out on the roll him out so that he can see the field differently. And I think that that's what Cam does well. I think opening up the field, moving the pocket will definitely help Cam feel more comfortable, be able to deliver the ball where he needs to deliver it, and not have to worry about, that defensive line coming down on him.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm all back. Is it my turn yet?
Yep.
All right. So in this game, I am taking San Fran in this game. I don't know why. I just have a feeling about this game. Garoppolo bounced back last week a little bit. The Patriots have not looked good. Cam's completion percentage doesn't look good. They're relying too much on Cam. Julian Edelman hasn't gotten anything going. The running game hasn't gotten anything going. And I think Garoppolo goes up there, and I think he kicks some ass. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Holy moly. Jesus, I'm fat and gross. All right.
Well, they don't call you Fat Mike for nothing, right?
They don't call me fat. I sweat butter, guys. I mean, that's what I do. But no, I am definitely taking the 49ers in this game. I like 49ers in this game. And so, yeah. All right, moving on to the next game. Who's got who in that game?
So
we both took New England.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm the oddball. Okay. Next game. This is the game I'm really excited for. It's tonight's game, guys. We got Seattle and Arizona. Going to be a very good game. I'm taking Arizona in this game. Angelo.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
Ooh,
yes, I think the streak runs out on Seattle this week. I like Kyler Murray. I like his options. Kenyon Drake's been looking good the last 2 weeks. DeAndre Hopkins. They can't fucking stop a cold, that Seattle defense. They couldn't stop anything. And, yeah, I'm taking the Falcons. Angelo, who are you taking in this one?
Man. So I like Seattle a lot, and I'm glad I didn't bet this game because that would have been bad.
It's a trap game, I think.
I think I have a lot of faith in Russell Wilson, and I think he's out to make a statement this year. I think that Seattle pulls this game out by a lot. I see them winning like 34-24 around there.
Okay, Tyler, how about you?
I got Seattle. I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Russell Wilson with all those weapons he has on offense. DK Metcalf playing like a stud. Tyler Lockett. He's had a couple off weeks, but the most efficient wide receiver of all time. So he can break out at any moment.
Chris Carson, he's coming back healthy again this week, which is nice.
Pete Carroll really knows how to use his weapons, man. Like how to get his guys open, how to scheme plays to make sure that Russ feels confident where his guys are going to be. I think that team is out to prove a point this year.
All right, now we're on to the last game of the week. It's the Bears going out down to St. Louis to play the Rams. I'm going to keep my stretch going here and just not agree with where they moved to. Actually, they're going out to L.A., guys. They're playing the Rams. Angelo?
I go last with the Bears all the time.
All right. Tyler, who are you taking in this one?
I got the Rams. I think they're an overall better team than the Bears.
You know what? They're not, though. You want to know why? Because they're not in first place like the Bears, baby. They're not in first
different
place.
Division.
No, I know. All right. He's real quick to it. He's just like me with the Packers. He's like Angelo with the Packers. Fuck the Bears. I'm taking the other team. All right. I get it. I'm gonna actually.
Mike.
It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be weird. But I'm taking the Bears in this one. I really am. I'm taking the Bears in this one. Oh, and I think it's gonna be 107-4. I think they're gonna, Aaron Donald's gonna have 2 sacks. He's finally and they're both gonna be for safeties, and the Bears are gonna win 72-4. All right, that's what I'm saying. All right, Angelo, how about you?
I never pick the Packers. I never pick against the Bears. So I'm gonna go with Chicago. Here's my reasoning, right? The Rams are 4-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've beaten the Giants, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and Washington. That's it. Those teams are what? A combined 4 wins between all 4 of those teams.
Right.
The team that division is terrible. They lost to some pretty decent teams. I think the Bears go in there, and as bad as their offensive line is, I think this is going to be a showcase game for Nick Foles. I think this is going to be one of those games where the Bears look good for once. And will they make mistakes? Yes, they'll make mistakes. But I think Foles goes in there. I think Nagy is finally starting to realize that Foles knows how to move this offense on the field without always having to huddle up. I see the Bears winning 28-17.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty high scoring.
I expect it.
Yeah,
I think Cole Kmet's going to play a big role this game. For sure, 1 touchdown. I think that Matt Nagy, hopefully his coaching staff has told him, hey, man, stop with this.
Hey, man.
Stop with these other clowns.
Don't do that, bro.
I get Jimmy Graham in the red zone. Obviously, he's a big guy. But, like, why hasn't Cole Kmet been able to just unleash down the field? You know what I mean?
Because he sucks.
But he doesn't. We don't know if he does. That's the problem. We've seen what we've seen when he plays. He's played pretty well.
Historically, rookie tight ends do not produce very well in their first year in the league.
It's usually second or third year that they really
there's
start to
just
shine.
so much they have to learn. They got to learn all the offensive routes they got to run. They got to learn blocking schemes. There's just so much on their plate when they come into the league. Evan Ingram, I forgot what the yard threshold is. I think it's like 700 yards. Evan Ingram's the only rookie tight end to ever eclipse 700 receiving yards.
Right. And that's, that's the thing is, especially in Matt Nagy's offense, which that's a whole different story. I'm so fed up with hearing about when this offense starts to click, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Bro, I don't think this offense is ever going to click. I think they're going to have to make shit up as they go and hope that it works. But that's the other thing. The Bears haven't played well at all for 6 weeks. They've played well in spurts, but they have not put together a full, complete game. And I really think once they can figure out, okay, this is what works for us, this is what we're going to do, this team, if they just play a little bit better, they're going to be a lot more of a pain in the ass for teams in the NFL than they are right now.
I'm nervous about this Bears team. I really am. I'm nervous about the whole Cole Kmet thing. Listen, yeah, the Bears are 5-1 right now. All right, it wasn't a pretty 5-1. They got there though. I mean, that's where they're at. All right, you almost lost a game against Detroit. You almost lost a game against fucking the Falcons. You almost lost a game against this other Giants. All right, somehow, some way, this Bears team is good enough to be 5-1. All right, now that being said, do I think Nick Foles is the fucking next coming of Jesus Christ? No, I don't. All right, I think he's doing what he needs to do, and he's managing the game. That's it. That's all we need him to do.
Right.
We need him to manage the game and put up 25, 24 points a game and let the defense help you out. And that's what the Bears have been doing. All right. That being said, I would like to see the Bears start averaging, 28 points a game.
Yep.
I'd be happy with 28 points a game. Not so much 30, not so much 24, but 28 points a game would do this team just diligence.
If the Bears average 28 points a game,
they're undefeated.
I don't think they lose another game this year. I'm just saying. Because the defense has only allowed over 21 points one time this year.
Right. The defense
That's insane.
Right.
People were bitching about this defense at the beginning of the year.
I was one of them. They still give up big play after big play.
They do. But here's the thing. The Bears have always been that bend, don't break mentality, right? I believe they're the number one defense in the red zone right now. I believe they're top 5 in run defense. I believe they're like one of the top 3 in passing yards allowed in the NFL right now. So I love this defense. It's young. There's only a few guys that are a little older. Danny Trevathan, honestly, I'm done with him. I think they should put a younger guy in, give him some time. But I love this defense, man. I'm expecting a defensive touchdown Monday night for sure. Jared Goff plays terrible against the Bears.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking that the Bears. I was thinking about making that a bet earlier this week. So, all right, really quick. All right, we're on the Bears train, man. We all want to see the Bears win, except for Tyler because he's a dickbag. All right, but anyways, let's get to some fantasy stuff. Tyler, I'm gonna zoom in on your pretty ugly face, and we're gonna get your stuff. I said it nicely though. You're pretty ugly. You're pretty and ugly. You're pretty ugly. All right, that's see, that's good.
It is what it is. I guess
it is what it is. It looks like silly putty slammed on the concrete.
No, I like it. I like Tyler. He's got a nice face.
I like Tyler too.
I don't like his Packers shit that he's wearing.
Yeah, exactly. All this fucking green and yellow garbage that he's got going on, and it's not even a good guy's jersey. It's not even number 4.
Who is that? Clay Matthews.
It is Clay Matthews.
I knew it.
Jersey.
God, that he's
you see that Super Bowl patch right there?
You know how many they should have that look like that?
Hey, we should have a whole lot more.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
But anyways.
All right. Anyways, Tyler, your fantasy stuff. I got to go make sure everything's cool. Make sure I'm not burning down my house.
All right. So, notable injuries for Week 7. Right now, we have active players: Julio Jones, AJ Brown, Sam Darnold. Denzel Mims is making his season or career debut today. Robert Tonyan and Curtis Samuel. Every one of those guys is active. Inactive, we have Aaron Jones, like we said earlier. News broke as we were going. Michael Thomas, Jamison Crowder, Austin Hooper, Jordan Akins. So those guys are all inactive. I have a couple guys under 60% rostered if you guys are in a crunch right now. QB, I have Minshew. I don't feel very comfortable with it, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. If you're in a pinch, he's the best low rostered guy available. Wide receiver, I have Cole Beasley for the Buffalo Bills, Tim Patrick on the Broncos, and Christian Kirk for the Arizona Cardinals. I believe. Hey, Angelo, is DeAndre Hopkins still banged up?
So from what I gathered is he was questionable, but I think he's playing this week. I'm trying to find Adam Schefter right now.
I just saw it. He's listed as questionable, but he is expected to play.
Right. Yep. I thought so.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Running back here, I have Jamal Williams. I believe when I pulled this up, he was 53% rostered, so still available in 47% of leagues. Go pick him up. And Josh Kelly for the Chargers. It's not a sexy pick, but if he can punch one into the end zone if you're struggling, It's not a bad play. Tight end, I have Eric Ebron for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Dalton Schultz for the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so those are your hot picks for today, huh?
Yeah, they're just guys. You're in a pinch and you need to plug and play somebody. Say you had Aaron Jones get scratched late or something like that. If you need somebody to plug and play.
All right. Really quick, Tyler, I want to ask you something here, man. You're our fantasy guy. I'm in a league here, and I'm not doing too hot, man. And I don't know how I'm not doing too hot. You're the fantasy expert here. I'm going to give it a go here with you. Let me pull up my team here. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my team, but I'm ready to just give up on this team. Honestly, though, I think it's because of some bullshit here. So on this team, I have Aaron Rodgers, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, James Robinson, Kenyon Drake, Hayden Hurst, Dan Schultz, Adam Thielen, Jonathan Taylor, Ben Roethlisberger, J.K. Dobbins, Mecole Hardman, Prater, and Tampa D. I don't know why am I not winning? I'm the 5th highest team scoring, and I'm not winning games. What's going on here? Am I just running in the buzzsaws?
How many or what's your ranking points against? Because that just from the sound of it, that sounds like a pretty solid team.
I know, right?
I mean, you might just be getting the shitty end of the stick just playing a high scoring team every single week. I have a team right now that team's sitting fucking 1-5 right now. I'm the 3rd highest scoring team in the league, but by far I have the most points against.
Well, I think honestly, I'm 2-4 in this league, and I have 806 points scored on the year, which is best for. Let's see here. It's something ridiculous. I am the 5th highest scoring team. Let's see. Let me double check that again. Hold on a second here, because these guys, I don't know. I am the 5th highest scoring team in the year, and I've given up 863 points. All right, but that being said, I'm getting fucking trounced every single week. I'm ready. This is the same league that I had Patrick Mahomes in that I got rid of Patrick Mahomes because I was like, you know what, fuck it. I could use another wide receiver. That's why I shopped him to pick up Tyreek Hill, and J.K. Dobbins was the trade that I made. Only because I had Aaron Rodgers and I had a really solid backup. That's why I did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, I think this league is fucking around though. Like I really do. I think they're Jimmy in points. I don't like them. They're a bunch of dicks. So all that being said, I'm going to move on over.
What site's it on?
Yahoo.
So go on Yahoo's website, the desktop version, and you can see any changes that the commissioner's made, if he's changed any scoring or like that, if you have any suspicions.
Yeah, something's goofy here. I don't know what they're doing. I know one thing that's been going on is they've been letting bye-week players be free ad drops, and I'm not a fan of that either, which is horseshit. Not free ad drops, but they're adding an additional like IR situation to where if your guy hits a bye week, you could just put him on in an empty slot role and add a free player because your guy's on. But I know I don't like it.
Weird. I've never heard of that.
Like, I understand if like the guy was hurt.
Oh, it's a fucking dude. This entire league, like I sit there, I went into this league, you know, I thinking, all right, cool. It's 6 points per touchdown. That's throwing. That's whatever. I'm not going to air out all my bullshit on this fucking thing. All right. But this isn't a journal diary entry, but this league is hurt shit. Okay. And I'm thinking, I was like, okay, worst case scenario, 6 points per touchdown, throwing, rushing, receiving, cool. I got to have a good quarterback. I got to have a good wide receiver. I have to have a good running back. I'm solid. Well, a lot of leagues now you have that, what is it called? The offensive player flex, where it's anything, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, you're good to go.
Super flex.
Right. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to draft 2 solid quarterbacks. And that's why I did so. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Doing?
No big deal. I got this going. Sorry, I had to go off camera really quick. I'm like, I got this going. Cool. And I ended up drafting a really good team. And I was like, all right, man. I'm like, what is going on with this team? I just can't seem to buy a win, guys. I'm getting close, but hopefully I can turn it around this week and be 3-4, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I'm in like a similar situation as you, Mike. Like in the league that you're in with me, I'm second to last place, or I think I'm in 8th place right now, or 9th place. But I'm the 4th best points for team in our league, and I've just gotten into games where I played Russell Wilson week 1, where he went berserk. Then I played Aaron Rodgers the next week when he went berserk against I forget who they played, the Lions, I think.
Right.
And then it's like every single week I've gone up against one of these guys who have just had an outrageous
monster week.
Right. And my running and then my running back or something, my starting running back will get hurt the first quarter of the game. So that and that's what's shitty because the injuries have really plagued a lot of my teams this year.
Right.
And I get it. It's part of the, the
fantasy football.
Right. It's part of fantasy football, but it's just like there's, especially in the running back situation, there's so few that actually make an impact that if you're lucky enough to use an early draft pick to get one of those top guys and then they get hurt, it really puts you in a terrible spot going forward the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. We'll get to it, though. We will get to it. So on that note, guys, that's pretty much everything except for one thing. Tyler, what are your hot bets for today? Is Tyler frozen? Tyler's frozen. Look at him. This guy's a dickhead this week. Look at him all frozen, all stupid looking there. Let's zoom in on that. Look how stupid he looks.
Well, let's end it with Tyler.
Son of a bitch. Look at him.
Tyler,
Look
the
at
frozen guy over
Look
here.
how stupid he looks.
It's that Packers stuff, man.
He looks like he's made out of butter.
Made out of
Doesn't
butter.
he? Look at him.
He does a
He
little
looks like
bit.
he's made out of butter. Oh, no, he left. You son of a bitch, he left. All
I
right.
bet you he froze.
Yeah, he froze. Well, we've been there. Well, you've been there. I haven't been there.
I
You guys
have.
keep on freezing. Oh, he's back. Hold on. Let's see here. Device is not connected. Is he back? He's back. He still looks like he's made of butter. Look at him. It's a butter sculpture of Tyler. Look at him.
We had this problem last week. And then we just rambled on and talked about ridiculous stuff.
Masturbation.
Oh,
Did you
hold
get
on.
it?
This is a fucking mess right now. Here we go. All right, here we go. My bets.
We hear you. Look at him. He's doing
Whoa, he's flashing us or
like a
what?
strobe light video.
I have no clue what the fuck happened there.
That's all right. You're back, you butter sculptured son of a bitch.
All right.
What are your hot bets for today, Ty? Real quick before we end this bitch.
I got 4 max bets for you guys. Tampa Bay -4 for the reason that I gave earlier about the offensive line and about Gruden coming off of bye weeks. Jets team total under 17.5 points. The last 2 weeks they've averaged 5 points. I know that was with Joe Flacco, but I don't trust this team. I don't think they score 10 points.
Oh, you buttered son of a bitch.
Buffalo team total in the Buffalo team total first half over 13.5. No fucking way.
All right, fuck it. You heard 2 of the 4 bets, guys.
Go to at DaMouse Fantasy on Twitter. Tyler will post that shit there.
Out. I don't know.
Tweet them out.
going on.
Tweet them out. Tweet them out. We'll retweet them. For everybody.
I don't have a
you
good
remember
robot.
last week when Angelo kept on?
It's not me this week, though, boys.
It's not.
this
And then we
week.
talked about masturbation. And
All right. On that note,
let's end this motherfucker.
enjoy a football without the Bears.
All right, see you
Or
guys.
only
Week
without
7,
the Bears this week.
Bears tomorrow night. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Giants.
Fuck the Packers.
Full of garbage people. And I hope the Packers lose today. So on that note, guys, we will see you guys Wednesday night live, hopefully, for the Fat Mike show. We'll go over some stuff there. Packer, he's still freezing. Look at this. Fucking get out of here. All right, we'll see. All right, guys. You guys have a good weekend. Happy Week 7 football, and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care.
See ya.